Hey Leo, how are you? Welcome in. This is your weekly reading for November 4th through the 10th. Hope everybody is doing great. Let's see where we go. These are for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. A lot of people ask me which one should I watch? My Sun, my Moon, my Rising, and Venus. I'm going to say Sun is like the least of it, mostly because you mature and grow over time, and the Sun was there at your moment of birth. So I feel like rising sign because rising sign is tracking your whole chart. It's the that sign is the connection between you here in this life and your past life. It's the connection of who you are and who you are showing yourself to be in this life. The ascendant also tracks your whole birth chart, meaning whatever that sign and degree is, that's like the beginning of the birth chart. So I'm going to say rising sign. My second choice would be moon because it's really your inner feelings, then sun, and then Venus would be my last choice, just because it is a personal planet, but it's also sort of specific to um, love languages and things like that. So there you go. That's my answer. Okay. Fire signs or fire. You're a Leo, so la la la. Gratitude. New moon. New moon in Scorpio coming up on the 14th. We just had that full moon in Taurus, which was super powerful. Could have changed a lot of lives. I've heard from a lot of you, especially those of you who have Leo rising, or sorry, Taurus rising, Taurus North Node. Um, a lot of the activations around the eclipses. The point of the eclipses is really activating the North nodes, and we just closed a chapter with that North node in Taurus. We closed the Taurus Scorpio chapter where it's been for 18 months. The nodes moved in the summertime, though. The nodes moved on July 17th and into Aries and Libra. So this was kind of like the epilogue, the moment in time when we kind of understood the point of the past 18 months. So if you've had some epiphanies or aha moments, especially if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, and I know I'm talking to Leo here, but I'm just saying North Node in Taurus was particularly activated by that eclipse. So Taurus is also a fixed sign, and you are a fixed sign as well. So that can be the connection of why I'm telling you this. A fixed sun or fixed fire, your fixed fire, Leo. Okay, what's going on? Underneath is the Six of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Swords, Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, new chapter. Wow, Cancerian energy of this. Wow, okay, Ace of Wands, I'll take that. New chapter opening. I feel like some of you are going to what I meant about the full moon is I've heard from a lot of you about these aha moments that might have happened during that time or during that experience of that. Let me see. I'm going to brighten this up a little bit. During that experience of the full moon, right? It's like releasing anything that is blocking our way towards, our safety, security. And like sometimes you have to take a risk in order to create that. I feel like some of you who were really impacted by that full moon might have felt like, damn, why did I waste all this time? Damn, why was I playing it so safe? I needed to get out of it. I needed to move on from it a long time ago. I feel like some of you who were particularly impacted by that full moon in Taurus might have a little bit of rage about the fact that, why did I try to create security? Why did I go so conservatively? Why did I try to lock something down when in effect I was really being asked to expand myself in the universe? I was asking, the universe was asking me to take a risk on my own security. Okay. And Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, don't worry if you didn't miss the boat. Okay. If you're feeling like, what are you talking about, Mary Jo, with this whole risk versus security thing? If you have the slightest feeling that maybe you have been in the wrong place for a while, This full moon could have shown you, right? Full moon is shining the light on things that are too staid, too stagnant, not growing enough. And some of you could have the experience of, what in the world was I sticking around for? Okay. Some of you then are going to be moving quickly toward a new experience. Okay. It could be toward a fire sign. In this new moon in Scorpio, I feel like that's being activated because new moon in Scorpio is the energy of risk, and it's new moon, right? New moon is about beginnings, new beginnings. So some of you are going to be taking a risk and going toward that which is your new security, meaning a new definition of security for yourself. That in order to grow, I must take risk. I can't just stand still. That's not a thing. The world is moving so quickly. It's not a thing. There's no such animal as, I'm going to stand in this one place and I will have security for my whole life. Not a thing anymore. It could have been in 20th century, maybe even earlier. 20th century was really a time when we were moving out of that. We're moving into something much different. 21st century, I think we're seeing it move so fast, super fast. And only, I do think things moved fast in the 20th century, meaning we had like an agricultural society for 80 years. We moved into something more like an industrial phase, which was more like 40 years. And then, the computer age and the digital age and everything is like speeding up. I think we're noticing it more because we are more in the digital world where we can see things going on in the world that maybe we weren't impacted by, or maybe we didn't know was going on because we didn't have that ability to sort of be everywhere all at once. So Leo, the star, the magician, the 8 of swords, strength. There you are, Leo. Queen of swords, sun. Look at you. Your whole thing here. Air sign, Queen of Swords is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is Gemini energy. This is Aquarius energy. There could be, air and fire do get along very well. Earth and water get along very well. So that North Node, Taurus, South Node, Scorpio thing makes sense, right? Those two things got along. Air and fire, though, moving into a different thing. North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, air and fire. So we're moving into a direction of inspiration. We're going down that road. And I feel like you're very present in that with this strength card in the sun. 6 of Pentacles, the Temperance card. There's Sagittarius, more fire. Wow, 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups, King of Wands, King of Pentacles, Fool. I think you're becoming somebody new. All right, Leo, I feel like you're becoming somebody new. You're leaving behind. And I said this in the morning message today, that there's something about this idea of money being built on values, old values. It's like old money or something. I'm definitely getting old money. So some of you may have inheritances or something like that. But I'm also getting this sense of like money that was made in an old way is not going to be okay anymore, or that's not really very precise. Money made in an old way, traditional way, is not going to be possible anymore. There needs to be a movement, an air and fire and inspiration. There needs to be movement towards joy. There needs to be expansion. There needs to be, like, we can't stay standing still anymore. We can't stay. And, Leo, you might be really leading this charge. I feel like some of you are moving away from the water and earth and toward this King of Wands. King of Wands or Sagittarius energy, obviously your Leo energy. This is much more about innovation, okay? New ideas, new ways of thinking, new ways of earning money, online, digital kind of experience. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. There's the inspiration that's moving you forward here with this Cancerian or Chariot energy. I think some of you are moving, okay? Like physically moving. Some of you are moving, being inspired to move into different careers, into different ways of making money. Some of you Think air and fire. What are those careers about? Those are definitely about inspiration, but they're also about new ways of thinking, internet businesses, um, new ways of communicating. Some of you will definitely leave behind an old career. Okay. I'm going to clarify a little bit here. The star is Aquarian energy, and this is innovation energy. There's Gemini energy. Some of you are going to be talking for a living. Hi. The star, please clarify the star. Hierophant, there's Taurus, Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Death card. Okay, some of you, this is a little bit of a different story, but because of this inspiration about money and a new way of being in the world and maybe moving, some of you are going to be leaving behind people who can't make that turn, who are not able to kind of allow it. And I almost feel, do you remember that toy Stretch Armstrong a long time ago? A long time ago, where you pulled on his arms and he just got like blah, 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 like bigger, 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 bigger. And I feel like that's what's been going on for some of you, that you know you're being pulled toward a new future and you are holding on to somebody who is just like, nope, not doing it. And I feel like that breaks, okay, in the Scorpio new moon. I feel like you're manifesting risk at like confident enough to do that. This is single, all right, confident enough to do that. Some of you are leaving behind anybody who can't kind of make that shift, okay? And, you know, you could be going more towards air and fire. If you were attracted to earth and water, I almost see you making that turn here, okay? So because it's, yeah, judgment, that's a crossroads. And it's also a past life soulmate. Some of you could have a past life soulmate coming in that's kind of like twinkling at you, kind of reminding you this is the direction forward. Okay, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. I'll clarify that. Ace of Cups. I love it. Ace of Cups, Five of Cups. You see what I'm saying? There's newness coming in. Nine of Swords, afraid of doing that. There's a real love, like a past life soulmate, twin flame, somebody that is important to go toward. It's like all together. That person might be somebody who's an innovator, somebody who is already in that world. And it's like the Stretch Armstrong thing of being like pulled, you know, two different worlds. And here's the thing, you can't go back. There's no going back. Okay, there's no going back. That person that is holding you back, or that person that you're trying to bring with you, who's like, no, 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 that's okay. All right, now this is a really old movie that's coming to mind. The Poseidon Adventure. All right, I was a little kid when that movie was out, which tells you how long ago that was. But I remember in that movie, was it Shelley Winters? I can't remember. I think it was. She was like, no, 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 I'm just going to stay here. Like they, you know, they had to travel. The boat capsized and they had to get up to the, like the, which means down, right? Down in the boat, the very bottom of the boat, there was part of the boat that had like a thin core or a door or or something where they could get out. And the boat's upside down, right? So that thin thing is going toward the air. So they were climbing through all of this upside down stuff to get, it's like counterintuitive, right? The whole movie is about being counterintuitive. So those of you who decide to stay aren't making it out. It's a counterintuitive kind of way of looking at things. That's interesting yeah, okay, November. This is happening this month, the new moon in Scorpio. Okay, very good. That's interesting that movie sort of popped into my head, because it's sort of like you have to go down to go up. You have to go you have to do something counterintuitive in order to embrace your future. definitely. Okay. So it's sort of like taking a loan to make money. You have to spend money to make money. You have to take a risk and speak your truth in order to have love in your life. You know, and this is very counterintuitive. I feel like some of you are going to have to do things that you think are the opposite or were in the old world before, digital and everything like that. In the old world, there was a very linear relationship between that which you want to create and where you are. Now I feel like every down is up a little bit, like counterintuitive choices are the right way to go. Leaving behind love in order to get love. Leaving behind a stable job, quote unquote stable, capsizing, right? Capsizing, not stable anymore. So staying in something you think is stable is the opposite of what you need to do. All right. So I'm going to continue on with this reading, Leo. This is for you. Down is up. Oh my goodness. Link is below. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.